Anthony, hope you have unlimited text messaging. By Miss Carr. Chapter 56. Conversation 41. I'm flattered that it requires tranquilizers to keep you away from me. Anthony, so, I heard that Clint had to tranquilize you twice to keep you from visiting. I'm flattered that it requires tranquilizers to keep you away from me, although breaking people's jaws is not cool. No, man, using tranquilizer knockout darts on me was also not cool. I don't like the thought of you being hurt and alone, and I may have reacted accordingly. No, man, at least that's what he had to use before the icers arrived. We now know it takes 3 darts to knock me out, but only 1 icer round. If I was anyone else, I wouldn't be able to sit down for a week. Anthony, I am really looking forward to testing out the healing powers of your ass. All the things I want to do. How do you feel about whips and change? I assume you don't have any lubricant allergies. No, man, are you up to actually doing any of those things? Anthony, little Anthony is always up for you, quite literally. Every other part of my anatomy, not so much. They're a little worried about me overexerting my heart due to my previous condition. I have a stress test in an hour. Dr. Simmons will not let me get out of it. She's a little terrifying. No, man. You are still at the hospital? I'm surprised. You hate hospitals. Anthony, sort of, but not really. I am at an undisclosed location with medical care. I signed myself out against medical advice, and then allowed Agent to hide me someplace secluded. Anthony, although not secluded enough for you to be able to visit, I'm disappointed that S.H.I.E.L.D.'s budget has gone down so dramatically that they can't even afford a good safe house in the Caribbean. Nomad, that's going to make your stocks go down, isn't it? I haven't seen the news since Miss Potts tried to punch out the reporter. Actually, I'm not allowed to. Therapist orders. I'm actually surprised she's letting me talk to you. Anthony, I know. After Lily Bear tipped me off, Laura told me about your reaction and the fact you are spending quality time with your therapist for a little while. Also, our little red mystic sent pictures through her another boyfriend. Anthony, the stock prices have kind of been wacky on that front, in part because of the incident. Attempted murder of a majority shareholder, head of the board of directors, head of R&D. Usually sends stocks down unless he is a complete and utterly incompetent asshole. I think I'm at least half competent, even if I really am an asshole. Anthony, however, Pepper saving my life made them go up. Apparently, if she's willing to save my life, that means that things didn't fall apart because I did something ridiculously stupid, like screw someone else while we were still together. That means she is not likely to jump ship anytime soon, and that puts everybody's minds at ease because nobody wants me as CEO of my company ever again, despite some of our recent diversification. Nomad. No, you just happened to call out my name when climaxing. I haven't been in that many relationships, but I don't think it's okay. Anthony, apparently Freudian slips are forgivable. The footage of her visiting me in the hospital also helped until she punched out the reporter. That made the stocks go down. I don't care because Pepper brought chocolates. The good ones. No, man. That was nice. Anthony, she also told me that she really doesn't want me to die anytime soon before leaving me to rest. There was also hugging and maybe some crying. No, man. I'm glad you guys fixed things, or rather that you're really trying to fix things. Anthony, I am too. I just wish it didn't take me practically dying for things to get better. No, man. But you two are making progress. And that's what matters. Anthony, of course the tabloids don't know about that, so that did not affect the stock, and I'm sure the board of directors are so sad about that. Although I'm sure they're happy that me sending myself out AMA also made the stocks go up 5 points, because apparently I must be okay if I'm being reckless. I'm rolling my eyes. No, man, so am I. What will happen when they find out you're recovering under government protection? Anthony, really, I don't care about the stocks. Everything will probably go down 10 points unless they were convinced I was making weapons for the government again. We both know proverbial hell will freeze over before then. Nomad, but you are working on something? Anthony, virtual reality training exercise. Dr. Monkey Lover refers to it as the framework so we don't get sued by the copyright holders of the Matrix. But the concept is similar-ish, except our goal is to let people beat the hell out of each other without medical visits. Nomad, that's a movie, right? Anthony, The Matrix is not on your list. Nomad, I don't think I like Reeves very much, except for maybe John Wick. Anthony, that makes complete sense in a Steve sort of way. Anyway, the idea of the project is to make you feel everything in the virtual reality environment as if you were doing it in real life. That way you can improve your training technique without the risk of hospitalization or taking out half your garage. Nomad, which apparently is what you keep doing to various SHIELD tactical teams. Anthony, it's why I feel like I have to help with the project. Nomad, when did you take out part of the garage? Anthony, during development of the Mark II, I think. I may have done something like this more than once. This is where a virtual training module is practical. Anthony, also it works nicely with my plans to have virtual reality sex with you as soon as possible. There's no need for a harness or remote sex toys. It will be like you are really there with me. I mean, I was halfway there with the project I was working on last spring, but this will have more practical applications than trying to work through my trauma. Although I've always been a proponent of orgasm therapy. Nomad, I have to remind myself that if you're cracking sex jokes, you must really be okay. Anthony, if I have a pulse, I'm up to making dirty jokes about you, or expressing my desire to do dirty things to you. Although, if you want to send me an NC-17 get well card, feel free. Nomad, be serious! Anthony, I'm being completely serious. I could use a good get well card. Lily Bear's card was lovely, but the board of directors sent me a get well basket that contained trail mix cookies that were chock full of sunflower seeds. Nomad, you didn't eat any of them? Anthony, no. Actually, I think my assistant burned them and the stupid card. They didn't even have the decency to have an intern sign it. Also, if they're sending out everybody a card that reads, "We're sorry for your illness or incapacitation, and cannot wait until you are able to be a productive member of the SI family again," we are seriously fucked as a company. Anthony, after that, Laura said I couldn't read any more messages until I'm completely released from medical care, although she would let all the important people know that I am alive and kicking. Nomad, good. Anthony, I know you're scared, but I am as okay as I can be after an assassination attempt, and it wasn't even a good assassination attempt. It was death by appetizer. Nomad, Sharon said they put sunflower in everything. Anthony, when did you talk to Sharon? Nomad, she interviewed me for the investigation. Your Dr. Monkey Lover gave her my emergency contact information. Anthony, that does not make it better. I would be forever shamed if I survived a nuclear warhead unscathed, only to get taken down by fried butter bread and chocolate peanut butter cupcake. Nomad, you did have a lot of physical damage after your fight with the nuclear warhead. I still couldn't get you to stay in medical for more than 5 minutes. Anthony, I don't like doctors or being handed things. It's my thing. Really, just be glad I haven't run out on Dr. Suarez yet. We have a session later today to discuss my latest near-death experience. I really hope I don't have nightmares about death by sunflower seed now. Nomad, are you still having nightmares about some of your previous experiences? Anthony, how did you even know about that? Nomad, we did share a room a couple of times during the Great Hydra Hunt. Anthony, I still have dreams about dying. Just not like that anymore. In my new dreams, I'm in the car with my parents when you know what happens. I usually get to watch both of them die before I wake up. Nomad, I'm sorry. Anthony, it's not your fault. And if you say it's your fault because of the train incident, I am going to hop into a suit just so I can smack you upside the head. Nomad, hey, why haven't you visited me in the suit yet? Anthony, tracking. Nomad, I doubt the director will report you. Plus, I know your suits have stealth mode. Anthony, I don't want to lead Ross or anyone else to you. One popular theory is that Ross paid someone to poison me to get you to come out of hiding. I won't put you at risk. Nomad, that only works if he knows we have been in contact. You said that you cover your tracks well, and Sharon said she couldn't even get Friday to give her access to the real transcripts for the investigation, even when Laura tried to authorize. Anthony, because Friday earned herself off of probation by doing that. Also, despite how well I have covered up our electronic dating, it is impossible not to leave a small electronic breadcrumb trail. A few things were left behind, such as it being on public record that you are allowed to make healthcare decisions for me in the event of my incapacitation. No, man, I'm glad that you trust me like that, but you're going to have to change that until I'm back. Anthony, I know that, especially because that's how Pepper found out that we're together. Nomad, I have a feeling that wasn't a pleasant conversation. Anthony, we haven't had that conversation yet. Probably because the doctors told her not to upset me. I'm sure it's coming soon, though. Nomad, probably. That's not the only thing you're worried about, is it? Anthony, okay, so do you remember when I told you about Ross taking Laura and Agent 13 helping me get her back? Nomad, yes? Anthony, so the angle that we used to help Agent 13 infiltrate the other side was her being mad at me for stealing her boyfriend. Nomad, Clint told me. Although that doesn't automatically mean that they'll assume I was her boyfriend. Anthony, I didn't do as good of a job as I thought I did getting rid of the footage of your brief romantic infatuation with her. I did actually scorch the earth regarding the security footage of you two making out, but I didn't think that I needed to get rid of the footage of you and 13 all cozy at the hotel post-funeral. That may be enough for Ross to put two and two together. Nomad, only if he accepts the fact that I'm not heterosexual. You said that's pretty unlikely? Anthony, that was before I almost got killed by fried bread. I'm not going to risk it. You're very important to me. As much as I need to touch you, keeping you safe is more important. Besides, I'm still going to that South African environmental conference in a couple of weeks. Nomad, will you be allowed to travel by then? Anthony, well, I'll be on a plane regardless. Pepper wants me to put in more public appearances. Nomad, did she say that before or after the last appearance almost got you killed? Anthony, before, but they could have tried the sunflower oil stunt anywhere. I eat out a lot because cooking takes too much time when I do actually remember to eat something. I'm not going to stop living my life. Nomad, I don't expect you to. I just want you to be careful. Anthony, we're taking necessary precautions. Director Snuggums is making my designated bodyguard test my food before I eat it. The good news is Dr. Monkey Lover managed to create a working tricorder. Anthony, by the way, that is a handheld device that actually scans for allergens in my food. Nomad, tricorders are a Star Trek thing? Anthony, yay, your pop culture knowledge is almost getting to normal levels. Soon people will be completely unaware that you spent 70 years in the ice. Nomad, I'm glad that you're better. Anthony, we're gonna have that date soon. Nomad, as soon as you're home. Anthony, I can't wait.